Well, I've got an analysis here in front of us that was an interference condition between the fan blade on the front of this powertrain to the shroud that was around it. So I've got this model peppered with points and circles and some slots. And what I'm going to do is I'd like to show how to label some of these things. What my client wanted was just some XYZ locations of some of these points so that they could pull those into their CAD system and just test where these locations were. So I'm going to put this into a view that is looking straight from the rear. I'll zoom in just a little bit more here. What my client was mostly interested in were the holes up on the top of this fan shroud. I've got a couple holes up here. It looks like there's a hole and slot combination in the shroud itself. So actually what I was measuring was the cross member where this shroud was mounted to. So I've got that peppered with some circle content. In fact, I'm going to zoom up a little bit more on this too. So you can see where my holes ended up. They were a little bit off. It looks like it was out of the location of where the nominal CAD wanted it to be. So I'm going to zoom out just to show the full shroud here a second again. And what I want to do is I want to have a screen dump for my client that will show what I named those points and what their XYZ location would be. So the way I can do that is I can go up here to the review features. And then I just know that these points right here, these last circles that I actually measured, were the points of concern. So if I view them, you can kind of see they highlighted red all along that top row there. So I would right mouse click on that, back into review features, and I'm going to go to this labels tab right here. And then I am going to turn the display on. Just by checking in that box there, I am enabling the labels to appear. And then the only thing my client is really concerned with is its location. So what I'd probably do is just show what the actual dimensions were on those measured features. The name he really doesn't care about because I'm going to IGES this out to him in those locations. But if I check in the box here to enable that, it will also appear, and you can see that down here in this little preview window, like circle 15_O. It's got the measured XYZ and the diameter there as well. So now I can just say OK to that. And now here are my labels that are associated to those circles. And I'm not really doing a report here to make it look beautiful for this as a handout and making a roadmap for my client, but what I am showing him is what the XYZ component is for each one of those measured holes. So then they can compare that back to the CAD model or just make a copy of this and hand it out in a meeting if they wanted to evaluate what the Z component was on all of these features here. So that's just a great way in X to grab your measured data and putting a label to it and displaying that in a picture format.